So something else I want to check is see what we have to work with here. Let's see. Well, I got a lot of lights out. Let me check this again. Usually when you turn this on, you should get a check engine light on, and then it should go off. I don't have a check engine light coming on, so I think that's a bulb that's out. And looks like I've got bulbs out here. Yeah, well, we're gonna have to start taking this all apart and replace bulbs that are out to see what we got to work with. So most of this is a Phillips screwdriver, but some panels you have to take off before others because they're hiding screws that you got to get into. So we'll start doing that. So there's 3 right here on the side. You don't want to forget these. Then it looks like there's 2 up top. There's a screw here and a screw there, and then there's some over here, because I think this comes off to get to 2 screws here. I forget, haven't done this in a while, so we'll just start there. And don't forget to pull this off. Put your tilt steering wheel down so you can get this out. And I can't remember if the screws were all different sizes or all the same length, so we'll have to put them in a separate bag and mark them so we know where they go back. Well, this is where we're at. I got the knob off, but it looks like this piece stayed on, so I don't know if it's going to clear or I got to get pliers and pull that off. So far, most of the screws are the same. The 2 at the top were a little longer, but I got this real little one. The other problem is I was missing screws. So somebody has obviously been in this before. So I don't know if they just put random screws in or lost the right ones, but we'll find out when we go to put that back together. But I was missing at least 2 of them. But again, there were the 3 here and 2 up there. There was 1 I'm missing, and there was 1 down here. And it looks like this is ready to come out. I just got to finagle it. So I'll get back to you on that. Okay, I had a little bit of a hard time with this. The little clippy thing does not fit through there. And when I was struggling with it, said a couple bad words and it popped right off. So I did get that off. The tilt steering, once you get it down, it unscrews. So unscrew your tilt steering lever, and then this thing actually has to slide out, down, and then up, and you can remove that piece. So far I didn't have to get to any of this. These screws were all easily accessible. I didn't even have to remove the bottom plate. What do they call that? The kick panel. So also a quick note when removing the headlight switch knob, I found when you pull this out, my headlights were going up and down. So I don't know if you want to remove the battery before doing that or just unplugging the headlight motors so you don't have that problem. But just a quick note. Now we're into removing the cluster. So I'll find the screws on there. It looks like these might be a millimeter socket. They're not Phillips. So there might be 4 of them. I'll have to get back to you on that. So while I'm at it, I went ahead and removed this. You got 2 screws here, 2 screws there, and 1, 2 at the bottom. And this comes right off. So you can get into this panel. Again, you got to remove this to get to the lights behind it, but I'm going to have to replace bulbs there too. So I'm going to go ahead and get this out of the way before I attempt getting the cluster out. So we might we might just take this whole dash apart because these look faded. They'll have to be re-dyed or replaced. So I might end up taking this out. I definitely want to remove the bread box. This is just a hollow piece of plastic. I don't know if they were anticipating putting an airbag in here at one point, but or it's just a safety thing for a cushion. I don't know, but they sell a kit where you can remove this and just put a plate and it cleans it up a little bit. Just because this is already damaged, I'm thinking of removing this. They call it the bread box delete kit. Might go ahead and do that. But for now, we got to get everything working. So we'll go back to replacing the bulbs. And I can't even see that. What is that, 932? I think it's... These screws here, this seems to fit. I dropped all my sockets on the ground, and I'm having a hard time with this, but it's a little loose, but I don't know, it seems to work. So you can get... These are the same as those. You just need a long extension to get up in here, but these bolts are the same as these. So there's two here, there's one up there, one there, and these two, man, they're all the way down in there. So you got two at the bottom around the column and then the two up there. So I gotta clean up my sockets. This is fun. Yeah, I thought this was going to be the easy one. There's only two screws, but yet you can't pull it out because I guess you got to unplug it from the back. So this ain't coming out. I don't want to force it and break it. So now I'm taking the radio out. There's 4 bolts holding the radio in. They're the same size, same socket. So I'm thinking if I get the radio out, I can get my hand back here and unplug it, and then maybe that'll come out. And I was just doing this to make more room to get the cluster out, because I got all the screws out of that, but that don't want to come out because the plug is, I don't know how to unplug that. I can't get my hand back there. So if I can't get to it after removing this, I might have to take the kick plate off and get up behind there. So that's where I'm at now. Okay, so far the radio was the easiest thing to remove. You'll spend more time trying to unplug the connectors. You gotta like squeeze and pull. And after all that, I didn't have to remove the radio. Apparently, there's a bolt right here. This thing's long enough, that was holding it in. You get this screw out, then you could pull this out. So I didn't have to remove the radio, but it's a good thing I did because I found this back there. I don't know what this is, but the wires broke. So after playing with spaghetti wires in here, I found another broken wire. I think that's what it goes to. I pull out this. I don't know if it's part of alarm, but I turned it over and here it says something serious. So I don't know if it's part of the XM satellite radio or what, but I didn't even check to see if the radio worked before I pulled it out. So, well, once I get this out, I'll unplug this, and then you can see, we'll take this apart and see if we could replace any bulbs that are out. In fact, it looks like it's already unplugged halfway. I don't know if that was my problem or I just did that. So, yeah. Maybe I should plug that back in and see if it works, but I don't know. I might just pull it all out and replace all the bulbs anyway. They say you could replace all these bulbs with LEDs, and they're brighter. So at this point, we might just go that route. Pull all the bulbs out, replace it with LED. We'll try that. Well, I got this unplugged so I could pull it out. And the reason I had bulbs out is because I'm missing bulbs. So I'm now wondering if this car had a check engine light on and they just pulled the bulb out and make it go away. So, I probably should have checked that before I bought the car. I drove it home, but I didn't notice if the check engine light was on when I first turned the key. That's something I probably should have checked before I bought the car. Again, you turn the key on, everything should light up. Your check engine light will come on, and after a couple seconds, it should go off. If it doesn't go off and it stays on, then you gotta check it for codes. But here, I didn't check it at all. So, anyway, this is now plugged into the main cluster that I can't get my hand back in there. So I'm still fighting with the cluster, trying to get this out and get it unplugged. So that's where I'm at. Something else I forgot to mention was when you get this out, there's actually fuses back there. I don't know if you can see that, but apparently if you got to replace those fuses, you got to pull this out. The other thing is these are relays that are just kind of stuck in there. So I'm wondering if this whole thing, this plastic tray comes out and will give me enough room to get my hand in there to unplug the cluster. We'll try that. Okay, you say enough bad words, something's got to give. So it looks like I was actually caught on a clip here, and you can tilt this thing towards you and pull it out towards the left here, and there's enough slack to get the plug out, but there are these little clips that are holding it in, so they got to be lifted up or moved or taken off somehow so you can unplug it, and we'll play with that next. Well, this one I was able to get that one to pop off. That wasn't too bad, but the big one, this little thing went flying. I hope I didn't break it. I think it just popped off, and then the rest of the plug just came right out. The bottom one didn't have that on there. It just came out pretty easy. But the top one had that little thing there, but they look good, like all the pins are in there. So hopefully I'm just missing some bulbs, or we'll find out when we take the cluster apart. But we'll take this inside and work on this on the workbench. And now that that's out, I can snake this one out and take this one inside to replace the bulbs and see if that works. But what an ordeal that was. My 94 was a lot easier to take apart than this, but it could be worse. So when I'm removing this cluster, I thought I just had to unplug this connector and snake it out. But then there's this loose wire lost somewhere in the mess, and I pull this out. I don't know if it was already unplugged, just laying in there. I don't know what it goes to. So this is a mystery. So when I go to put this back together, I got to look into this mystery wire and see what that does. It's not burned up, is it? No. So hopefully it's extra and we don't need it, but gotta look into that.